Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Abhi on Camera, where today we're watching Camp Cretaceous Season 2. First of all, I'm super surprised at how many views my Camp Cretaceous Season 1 video got. I did not think that would happen. I thought, okay, I'd get attention for Chaos Theory, sure, but nobody would watch the Camp Cretaceous video. Surprisingly, a lot of you did. Thank you so much. I'll definitely be making videos for Season 2 and 3. I think I might try to make Season 2 into a single video while splitting up Season 3 into another two-parter, but you guys let me know which way you prefer. There's a couple of you that comment on these videos, so please, that would really help me out. But it's time to move on to Season 2, where the kids are actually stuck there after the events of Jurassic World. If you enjoy this video, consider hitting the like button, and if you want to see more of my content, especially my reactions to Camp Cretaceous and Chaos Theory, consider hitting the subscribe button. And as of recording, I'm at 904 subscribers. I'm so close to 1,000. So if there's any of you who are watching and you like my content, please consider subscribing so I can push over that goal. Thank you. But if you don't want to do either of those things, then let's just get into the episodes. This is the beginning of a Jurassic Park / Jurassic World property. You've always got to start with peaceful dinosaur footage. Oh, hard cut to them in a chase scene. Nope, there's something worse. What was I saying last season about them trying to leave off a few things to have more to show in a later season? And I wasn't thinking then, but Rexy was that, like, holdout. Yes, she appeared in every single title card, but this is the first time we've actually seen her in the show.
Dinosaurs?
Oh yeah, just a few dinosaurs. Not a huge fight between the T-Rex and the Indominus Rex. A big budget movie finale happened here.
Or the Mosasaurus being hungry for a while.
I actually want to see what that's like, because we only see the Indominus getting dragged in and the bones being at the bottom. What exactly was this dead body like, exactly?
There's gotta be a phone or something here, right?
No, there isn't, because plot demands that there isn't. Chekhov's Brooklyn sign.
There's hidden dinos carved into the buildings?
There's a copycat of all the hidden Mickeys in Disneyland.
Sorry.
I got to go on a big VIP thing to Disneyland recently, and it was so cool to go like backstage in areas I'd never been before and have like facts about where there's even more hidden Mickeys than I could even expect.
Mr. Masrani installed one on Main Street.
One? He installed one? Why wouldn't he install 50?
We're saved. Does it say where it is?
Plot, but sure.
No.
You'd think there'd be tons of these things across the island.
Shots of Dr. Wu where
Landers is a weird name, right?
Okay, I was
I mean, it's not a terrible name. But I've thought the same thing. Yes, there's 900 something subscribers right now. But I've seen so many other creators have like a group name for a fan or fan name. And for the life of me, I can't figure one out. Which reminds me of, hey, I've had a membership available on the channel for a while now. I just stopped mentioning it because I noticed on the YouTube algorithm that it didn't seem to like it. But you can become a member for as little as $1 a month. It'll really help me out to make more of these videos. And you'll also get access to unedited videos to watch along. I've been requested like a couple times for those, but I haven't actually posted them on YouTube because, as far as I know, there's no members yet. So, point is, I'd really appreciate if you guys would consider becoming a member of the channel and helping me out. How was there not more frozen pizza? And two, according to them, it's been at least a couple days since the park shut down. All those pizzas should 100% be thawed by now. Ba-ba, spooky. Everyone's gone. You think if this dream was R-rated, Ben would appear like bruised and beat up, like imagining what his body would look like after the fall?
Promise?
Ooh, that is definitely the stab in the heart of this nightmare here. It's like one thing, oh no, he feels guilty about Ben. But it's another thing with that, oh, it suddenly turns into his dad.
To take the first shift, remember?
You know, that's the question I always had. If you were ever in this kind of situation where you needed to take shifts with other people for sleeping, what would you take? Would you be the first shift? Would you take the last shift? Would you take a shift in the middle?
That I can't see what's happening in front of me.
More importantly, I really liked this moment for Yaz. I didn't exactly care for her in the first season, but this is the beginning where she starts to grow on me, right? She embraces the fact that she comes from this heavy sports background. So she's the one to help Darius here. It's like, you gotta get out of your head. You can't be over-focused on this.
I've been wanting to see the Jurassic World Discovery Walk since.
This is a nice reminder that, hey, Darius is 12.
Racing to the next flag.
This is just hilarious.
Not count as a race.
Of course it did. Thank God Rexy never came back during all this.
Ever hear a tree do that?
Ever see have a tree with a giant metal handle sticking out of it?
Stuff inside. There's stuff inside.
Yeah, that was really terrible. You know, faking a reaction like that. Speaking of which, how do you guys think about this? Because the fact is that I kind of lost the video for this first episode. Got entirely screwed up. So I've actually recreating my reactions to the first episode. What do you think? Good or bad? This I absolutely love. We've seen Rexy be a monster. We've seen Rexy be a terror. We've seen other T-Rexes be parental. But this is the first animal-like behavior we've seen these dinosaurs doing. At least I did when I first saw this. And I'm like, wow. So cool to actually see it act a little bit more like an animal, a little bit more like a bird, making a nest like this. Second question. She's making a lair here. I understand because she lived here, right? I think this is near her pen, or for her Jurassic World pen. And that, okay, makes sense. You've been living here for a couple years, you'd stay here. But my question is, why wouldn't she go back to wherever she was living for all those years between Jurassic Park collapsing and the setup of Jurassic World? I feel like there would have been a lair somewhere that would have been more comfortable, that it's more used to, that it would have gone to instead. Why do they need walkies? Everything's locked, right? So they can't go down into the tunnels and go get some real walkie-talkies? Seriously, in a situation like this, I feel like learning how to break down doors is something I would definitely figure out. Because there's so many untapped, easy to access resources if you can only take down the door in the way. If it's an emergency beacon, why is it so easy to damage? It should be much more hardy than that. Love how they have that shot of her standing there. The question is, where is she actually standing? To look like she's there. Also, what did I say about Chekhov's Brooklyn sign? Because we know it's not her, but she's standing in the same area. Oh, she's back there. I didn't notice that. Ah, you guys. Man, you're jinxing stuff even in season 2 too.
It was old and janky anyhow.
It was old and janky, yet it had speakers that were insane. Could you imagine a GoPro having speakers that could be that loud from that far away? I just think it's hilarious that this thing has Jurassic Park font. Somebody had to go in and input that font into it. Oh, the Baryonyxes, you're this season. What were your names? One of you is Chaos, right?
It's about changing the locks if I failed algebra?
That is not my.
What did I say last episode about breaking doors?
Whatever.
Okay, if Brooklyn can't
Can't give up yet.
pick the locks and because they're electronic,
Find somewhere safe.
how did they get into Kenji's apartment later on? I can't remember. Regardless,
Out of options.
you guys are out of options. You're a bunch of kids, sure, but certainly you can figure out how to break down a door. Back to where you started. I love that they expanded her character by taking that lock-picking thing and making her a weird jack of all trades due to her YouTube.
Let's clear that stuff.
Girl, everyone is staring at you. Sit your butt down.
I can pull my own weight.
Again with the pull your own weight.
You're gonna need that.
Well, I heard it from Toph too.
Okay.
The thing of the matter is, is, yes, you can pull your own weight, but it doesn't hurt to let someone help you with that once in a while.
Kenji? Well, yeah.
100%, maybe.
At least he's honest. Those are pathetic. Certainly can find something better than that. She has a sister. I completely forgot that. Will we ever see her sister in Chaos Theory?
Your resting tree?
Yes, he may be a lazy bum, but you do need to listen to him right now.
That's not.
Absolute speed and absolute stealth. By the time he finishes that sentence, she just disappears. Surely there must have been an actual knife, not just butter knives.
We have to do something.
You don't think about stuff like this, right? Yeah, dinosaurs like this are dying, probably all over the island. They're gonna have an argument about this, but like, there are probably dozens, a few, not dozens, but a bunch of these stations around that they don't get to. Not to mention this be free, free the dinos mentality is what drives the rest of the show into Chaos Theory. Because if escape alone was the driving force for this show, it would end this season.
We should
We should
free
leave
it.
it. Wait.
Shock. Not just because they're disagreeing, but because of how Darius turns out. This save the dinosaurs at all costs is a huge part from Darius in the end of this season and season 4, season 5. Right? It's a huge deal. He started out the first time he had to make this decision. He's like, nah, leave the damn thing. It's gonna put us in danger. We are more important than the dinosaurs. And he doesn't make that same decision as the show continues. On the other hand, it's interesting having watched that first episode of Chaos Theory, considering he has changed his mind again. Because the Allosaurus from Battle at Big Rock killed Brooklyn,
Competed in rain.
he's shocked. He's like, I'm gonna kill that thing now.
Unlike
And back to what's happening on screen right now. This last episode was the beginning, but this episode made me really enjoy Yaz as a character properly. Because, she was just angry in the first season, but now she's like an actual depth of character, right? This is the sports star who's able and capable of doing everything, and now she can't.
it's worse.
More than 100 pounds of meat a day.
Exactly. So how did they get fed originally?
Not omnivores.
Like, I've played the first Jurassic World game simulator, right? And you had to make feeding stations. Where's the feeding stations here?
Look at me like that.
Listen to the girl and move. How far did Yaz get? This is insane.
If you got a whole 10 minutes in, bravo.
Hey. Carrying another person for 10 whole minutes on your back? That's not a terrible feat for someone who doesn't exercise. What's the third one's name? There was a Grim, there was a Chaos, and a Lobo? Lamo? Limbo. Grim, Chaos, and Limbo. Initiating his character arc. That is gonna cause you all so many problems. Aw, they're gonna kill you. She drew down this, one line this way, one line this way,
It's great.
and somehow made this.
But we definitely
Just
need to look
magical drawing skills.
Awesome girl.
Hey, she using her alternate skills to be useful. All right. It wasn't the baryonyx that she heard, it was the air conditioning. Netflix is being so annoying. Every time I'm hitting the skip intro button, it's crashing. How much was the time jump between this episode and the last one? Because look at all that they did. I mean, it's nothing like Yaz's drawing. But look at that. They made a shower. And because they're kids, they made a slide.
Why don't we ask Mr. 45-minute shower?
Part of my brand.
Hey, don't knock 45-minute showers. I enjoy a good 45-minute shower. I'm sorry, but if the frozen flowers are frozen in that location, wouldn't there be a vent right there? Did she just not check? Did she just leave? I don't understand that.
That's okay.
Let's go.
You'd think if they'd figured out how did this running water system work to take showers,
Fine. I'm in.
their clothes would be a little cleaner. I mean, look at Darius's shirt. It's half brown.
Mad connects. Cribs.
He's trying.
You and the bro talk.
Exactly.
Sorry, bro, but I am.
They're here to hide speakers, but not cameras for some reason. You know, maybe you could, if you could wire all these speakers out here, why not cameras? They would have helped a little bit with that Indominus Rex problem.
Or pizza day in the cafeteria.
You always like pizza day in the cafeteria. Until you get to high school where they give you pizza every day and it's like, this is no longer interesting because the pizza's terrible.
Fights?
You never went to school. Just make it clear.
Total food fight, right?
No, not at all.
Cold air.
This is genuinely stupid. There's a weird, they needed to make a cliffhanger between the first episode and the second, but for fork's sake, she saw frozen flowers, then she just walked away and just forgot where those flowers were. That is so weird. It doesn't make sense that she wouldn't have just found that vent right after that. Don't forget to hydrate, folks. Go over the waterfall. That's not so cool.
On the island, what's powering this? This place just
Darius just mentioned geothermal vents. Yeah, no, the first Jurassic Park movie said that this place runs on geothermal energy.
Sorry. I've seen every episode like 80 times.
Is there any show where you have this kind of thing? Right? Avatar: The Last Airbender, for one, is definitely a show where I'm like, I know every episode.
Group turned me onto it.
Kenzie, you really should have sharpened that butter knife. Thank God that their plot armor says that this thing was like not interested at all. Right, the watering hole. Forgot about that.
Conditions.
Is that even a?
How without any
Is this pure fiction?
we might be the first
Right, this kind of like watering zone for whole area, or is it kind of? Is there any basis in fact? You know, you think this is that lake where in the first scene of Jurassic Park where they see all the dinosaurs next to? No, it's probably something different, right? But where even is that lake from the first Jurassic Park movie? Does that become the lagoon?
Indominus Rex.
No power.
Except for that red light behind you.
You think took it?
Great, they're in here too. Because of course they are. How they fit through human-sized doors, the show will never tell you. Genuine, how did these get in here? Look at that, look at how big it is in scope with the door. You really do have moments like this where the dinosaur looks so good in comparison to how basic the characters and environment are. Like the level of detail between the two things is totally off. E750. How oddly convenient. Damn with the stupid horror movie unnecessary tripping. And they're making Brooklyn do it, not even Yaz, the one who actually has a injured leg and has an excuse. Even the dinosaur trips though. Peaceful. Ah! Interesting that these three baryonyxes kind of fill a raptor-like role in that there's multiple of them and they're like able to chase you in like buildings and closer quarters. It's there was no numbers on that. Those are just letters that leads you to a DNA sequence.
Maybe we should.
Why exactly would Wu put DNA sequences on a card? Whatever. No, it's just for the TV show. Being supportive, yeah. I've seen this site once or twice in my life. Getting so far away from the electric lighting and the light pollution to really see the night sky and all the stars are in it. But if anything, I'm kind of happy that smoke. Oh, they're already here, the poachers. I'm kind of happy that where I am living, there's less enough light pollution that I can see a few stars at least. Watch out! He's like, you're not near the water well now. I can eat you. This is a different one than the watering hole, right? Look at his coloring. The other one was more black. Is this the one that showed up in Jurassic World 2? Hey, Mitch. The only good adult in this entire TV show. Forgot about him for a second. Also, she's crazy. She's walking around without her camera having a lens cover on it.
Better half here is Tim.
Oh, you're Mitch. Then who's the other guy? The actual good character.
Exotic places and photograph rare animals.
Yeah. You no. You shoot rare animals. Just not with the camera.
Honey, remember when we got that?
Yeah, look at their multiple BS. Right from the beginning, they're like, something's wrong with these people. Hap, he's the good guy. So many people have tried to come to this island in all these movies, and they get killed and eaten so quickly. These fools make freaking yurts and a giant ass picnic table, and they somehow don't die for 5 episodes. Yeah, I do the same thing. Actually, I have done the same thing. Whenever I've gone traveling out somewhere, I just come back and just flop on my bed. Yo, I forgot. How long does it take for Ben to show back up?
They're with us now, and there's...
Considering, seriously, it's like, what, episode 4 by now? I almost thought for a second that they would actually let Ben die. If they hadn't had that end credit scene where they showed Ben being alive, I would have thought, oh god, he's actually dead. Jinxed it! Jinxed it! Jinxed it! Also, that's especially funny because that's exactly what Darius was talking to with his dad in one of the flashbacks. He's just stoic and bad with people, and they make him look like a bad guy.
Your food will get cold.
The fact is that he actually does care about that. He's just antisocial. Suspicious. Ooh. Even though it was just a total misdirect. Could you possibly blame Brooklyn for screwing this up? Poachers or no, would they have been able to go home if they had just remained willfully ignorant about all the poaching? Okay, I'm just noticing all the small points where Kenji is getting closer to Brooklyn in all these seasons beforehand. Why, in God's name, would you have alarmed the yurt?
Isn't it obvious? The chatty one and the hare.
Who is the chatty one and who's the hare? Man, I forgot how hard they leaned into him being the bad guy.
They're actual people.
Well, not yet. That's actually that doesn't make sense considering that just 2 episodes ago he was saying the otherwise. Oh shit! I forgot. You said the bad thing.
Darius, I didn't.
Those two don't get into any trouble.
Yeah, you idiots.
There's one more place we could go.
Darius, do not take him to the watery hole. Wait, wasn't there writing on the other side of that picture last time we saw it? Staring contest.
I'll take care of these kids myself.
He's actually means take care of them. You idiot children. Why are there always fallen trees scattered all over this landscape that never actually have a stump to come from? Ben! Still hit the wrong person, Ben. And Bumpy. Big Bumpy.
What? You never seen a ghost before?
How long was he prepping that line? Interesting to see that it was the pterodactyls who inadvertently saved him. I was super interested to see how he could have possibly survived. I mean, the other kid survived being jumping from the train too, but yay, baby Bumpy. He's much cuter than adult Bumpy. So I think it's super interesting that Ben becomes this Tarzan on his own, and in however many months he never finds the rest of the gang.
Where's everybody?
I love the fact that they gave us, what is this? I'm pretty sure this whole episode is just Ben's to see how he, survives all of this. Go, Bumpy! Kick butt, Bumpy. Guys, like a leech, I'm out. I'm knocked out. I mean, we all imagine what it would be like if we fell into this kind of situation. We never really know. Trapped alone in this kind of situation, abandoned. Love this motif of them, he's facing obstacles at every turn. He's too scared to face them, and then he goes straight back to the path where he was dropped off.
Get down this hill.
Problem. Slight, minuscule problem with that. What? What is that jaw even from? We've seen it a couple times now, but what creature does it belong to? Hello, Toro's back, and he's hungry for revenge. Bumpy again just saves the day. Plot armor alone keeps these children and a baby dinosaur in front of a giant running creature. You know, if you could have run this fast, you could have run past him into the forest on the other side without a care in the world. It just moves in and kicks him out, but Ben puts so much work into that little lean-to. Honestly, Ben probably would have died if not for Bumpy. It's Bumpy's animal instincts that keep him, like, fed and watered throughout these early days.
Are you sure this is safe to drink?
It's moving water. It's the safest thing to drink. When you can't boil anything, go for clear and fast water. You know, Ben, you worked so hard to make this thing day one. Surely you could have made another one for yourself. Without too much trouble. Look at this. Day after day, time is passing, and you still won't make your own. Also, what is up with Bumpy's growths? In a day, 2 days, he grows from like this big to dog-sized, and now he'll stay in dog-sized for the entirety of this week's passing. His eyes are just like, he's slowly losing it. The way he lowers himself slowly down. I gotta say, Ben, this is your fault. You could have made your second one. There's enough materials around here to do it. But I guess you gotta have the whole protagonist split up scene so that, you know, Ben has to realize how much he needs Bumpy. That just hurts. It really hurts. Just a kid at the end of the day, he's just sobbing because he's lonely, and what is he's stuck in a strange place and he doesn't know what to do. Just to make it worse, storm is coming and the companies are like, it's time to strike. He clicks. Defends myself. I love the thunder flashing with him. It's not scary thunder, it's righteous thunder. And now is the rise of Tarzan Ben. He had this moment. He could only truly become better without Bumpy being his crutch. He made a new pouch made out of his shirt. Climbed the tree. Hey, look, a weapon. Here's what I know. Ben makes the most useful weapon this entire show, and they never touch it again. They never come near it again. They need this one moment of Tarzan so he's able to build a spear. But then the children never even use pointy things ever again. That's kind of stupid. Just like this. This is stupid. Yes, he's Tarzan, he's gotten self-confident, but him doing this shows that he's not self-confident so much as he's kind of lost it, regardless of the crazy stunts he's doing. This is just so funny. The scaredy cat is waving around a spear like, wah, 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 I can fight a dinosaur. The only thing that's preventing me from being eaten instantaneously is my immense plot armor. Bumpy! Big Bumpy. Less cute Bumpy. You know what? Here's the real reason Bumpy didn't come back. Because otherwise they'd have to animate more growth stages for the dinosaur. And if they don't do that, then they can skip directly from baby Bumpy to full-grown Bumpy. Ben, you're not even coming anywhere near him. Look at the distances here. Also, I doubt that thing would be able to survive a fall from that far. Right? Or at least he'd be... I don't know if he'd be injured. What's the point of calling him out here if you're just gonna leave again? They do just enough to make everyone think Hap is evil. Episode 6, Misguided. Now that's an apt title if I've ever seen one. Again, really enjoy a full Ben episode. And we come back to where we stopped. And the hugs. I approve of hugs. Hugs are great.
Ben, focus.
They put the small details into the fact that this confident Ben is more bluster. I love that Hap's like, yeah, sure, let's do it.
You're protecting this guy? Whose side are you on, Brooklyn?
Shut up, Ben. You have no clue what's going on.
Forget like that.
They're one of those. Sometimes the couple that seems so lovey-dovey with their babe and their nice talk is actually the couple that has no confusion and they're barely holding on by a string.
Favorite food? Favorite color of food?
Hey, only now that I'm watching all this back to back, I realize that she brings back that question that Sammy asked her in the very first season. Like that, nice detail. Look, a gun. The only time we see a gun in this entire show, there don't even have guns in Chaos Theory. Fine, I've only seen that is gruesome. The fact that they even imply that there's a severed head under there. But you only see a gun there. And you never see a gun ever again. And fine, maybe I've only seen one episode of Chaos Theory, but in that one, there's only a tranquilizer gun. I love the subtle underlighting to make him look even more spooky. Question is, how many poachers have snuck onto the island over the years? Even back during the Jurassic Park years. How many poachers have come here and died? How many poachers have come here and actually snuck away with parts? Or, successful.
Where'd you learn how to tie people up?
Hey,
It's just hilarious. Like, oh man, you don't even know how to do this properly. The best part about this is that Hap is literally going along with it. He clearly has everything. Right? He's not just entertaining him, he's actually getting into it.
My instincts.
See, I liked Ben turning into into Tarzan, but in this very first episode where we actually get to see him, he gets on your nerves. It's like, Ben, insane Ben, can you just chill the frick out a little bit?
Kenji, Ben, and I.
At least she knows how to tie him.
Hap is the best.
I'm telling you, he's leading us into a trap.
I forgot how much I really liked him once we got to the halfway point of the show.
And I'm gonna prove it to you.
Also with the benefit of hindsight, I realized that all this stuff that makes me like Hap is also the major red flags that he's gonna die.
Middle of nowhere proves nothing.
It's full on death flag right here. Oh, for God's sake, Ben! After all this time, you still don't realize that if Bumpy is screaming, that means something's wrong. Somehow Bumpy fits in those doors. Look at that! Look at that! It's crazy. Stupid with the hand sanitizer. Pretty sure that's one of the stupidly awesomest action scenes in this entire TV show. Just look at Brooklyn's skills.
How'd they learn to do that?
They learn to do what? Jump? Parkour?
Untie me!
Just do it.
Do it, Kenji.
What is he gonna do now? Throw you off, feed you dinosaurs?
Not all of us.
Aww.
Live a good long life!
Aw, man, I forgot he died so quickly. Aw, I feel sad now. I get it. He was deliberately written to be look evil, then he's deliberately written to be super likable. I get it, and I fall for it easily, but still.
Like he said he would.
It hurts. It's terrible. I mean, come on, that one guy, even if he was an idiot, was far better than your actual stupid counselors, even if they do save you at the end of the day. Hell, even these guns, which they're using now, are not that far more realistic model we saw just sitting in the tent yurt. See him trying to make the decision. Do I do it? Do I do it? Do I let this happen? Too bad it didn't kill them. They have temporary, you know, plot armor due to being villains. I should stop talking about plot armor. It's gonna ruin the talking about the story, huh? He has a small arc in this season, right? In the beginning, she's like, "Oh my god, my leg's injured. You can't. I'm the track star, but I can't be." And now, she's being forced to be relied on. As makes 2 of these death-defying runs, right? Never mind, not much of a run, but there's this one and there's the other one against in the next season, right? I love how every episode starts with based on Jurassic Park the novel, and it's like we have gone so far beyond Jurassic Park the novel at this point. I wonder what Michael Crichton would think of this TV show. I love how they've modeled, like, clearly these way too large gun cases with zippers, but these 2 never use them. It's like, why not model them more like suitcases then? Thank God Bumpy is the only cerulean. What is his color? That he's the only one of that color on the island, so they don't get mixed up.
Why would he take them straight to the T-Rex?
How would you know that's where the T-Rex is, Ben? No go for Kenji. Cut directly to in the tunnels and him being in such an awkward position over the motorcycle. I really kind of feel like instead of 3 on the motorcycle, there could have been at least 2 of you on Bumpy. Honestly, it's super handy that Kenji just kind of memorized these tunnels, apparently. Kind of feel like they don't use that tactic enough. Not tactic skill enough, right? However, he's able to memorize all this stuff. What are you surprised, Ben? These are gates meant to stop dinosaurs from doing this. God, she's like, I must be the most evil woman in this entire franchise. It's like, well, I'm gonna murder and torture kids. I'm so happy to do that. Hey, now you have to insert the card when all the other locks had you just tap it. Yay for consistency. I thought like the door would lead to like another room, but it's a whole other tunnel system. Honestly, you kids were so... Look at how close you are to the water. You should have just tossed the guns into the water. But no, you gotta keep the tension up.
We're hunters, right?
Pathetic ones, apparently, if you couldn't find any dinosaurs on this island without his help. It's super interesting for them. Season 2 finale. You know, they're on the run, not from dinosaurs again, but from humans. I forgot. The Chekhov sign was used twice. Oh, hey, Blue. What's up? More cameos, huh? Just to remind that you're there. Don't hit the button, Kenji. Don't hit the button. Don't hit the button. Don't hit the... First of all, I like the detail that the priming handle switch thing is the same thing as all the way back in... Same design as all the way back in Jurassic Park. Kenji, you god idiot. Him hitting that stupid button too many times is what releases this monster. Surely you got this. You should have put some kind of surge protectors on this thing or something, because come on. And I remember we were all wondering what this thing was for so long. I remember seeing so many videos analyzing its shape. Like, what is it? Is it a this? Is it a that? Is it a dinosaur we know of? Is this over here?
We wouldn't be able to find you in the jungle?
Well, yes. Because apparently you can't find dinosaurs on a dinosaur island. Why would you be able to find 2 kids? Hey, Mitch? Yeah, you wanted to see a T-Rex, right? Oh, the Camp Cretaceous gate. They showed it for half a second. Again, they showed us that was an actual structure on this island, and we have no clue what happened to it because we've never been back. Actually, it's like, what the fork is going on here? With what? Just don't move. Can't see you if you don't move. Oh, it's so tense. I love that everyone is holding each other in the tension. Oh, you idiot. Come on, Darius. What happened to Dino Nerd? Surely you should know, don't move in front of the Jurassic Park T-Rex. I forgot about the hologram. Everything is kind of normal modern day. And then just randomly holograms. Actually, it's just like, who the hell is doing this to my house? Oh. And Kenji, you know, implied all those episodes ago, hey look, all these ferns are just to cover speakers. They actually did bring that back around. I forgot that the first time around too. Like that detail. Considering there is now a sequel called Chaos Theory, I think the fact that this episode is called Chaos Theory is hilarious. And evident of the fact that they overused the word Chaos Theory. I was like, oh, Ben's dead, I have to do this. Correct reaction.
Feed both of them to the Mosasaurus.
I too agree with Ben on this one.
Not getting our full use out of the Mosasaurus.
Watering hole.
That's bad. He's not even, that's not bad. That's like the TV show producers like, we modeled an entire Mosasaurus and for what?
I've got a plan.
Grab a bike. How does Darius even know about the motorcycles? Love this music. I love she's able to figure it out how to label everything, even though there's no seeable keyboard. Wait. I was complaining earlier that there aren't any cameras in the woods, but this whole plan shows that there are cameras in the woods. And yet the Indominus... Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. I think it's very cute that these three just kind of like sleep together in a big pile like this.
Not returning empty-handed.
She totally deserved that. She hunted down that sound clip to play it for this joke. That is how dedicated Oakland was. Oh. Screw you, because, you know, they shouldn't be allowed to kill anything. And, you know, it deserved it because it did kill Hap, but... I mean, you know what? To accept it, he is doing pretty well for someone who's never ridden a motorcycle before and having 3 people on it. He's about to do something stupid.
Noble dummy.
Yeah, really? Are you two gonna kill a 12-year-old? Sure you are. How did this ball get here this fast?
Me this long to save.
Yeah, guys, bad guys. Do it later.
You were right to be suspicious of
Later.
Next time you two want to have a touching moment, maybe kick the guns a bit further away.
Yeah, she said it. I didn't have to. I love that they even brought the mixtape back.
Is that
You got them riding in, the sun rising, and you got the triumphant Jurassic Park music. You know, this is working so much better than the last time you tried to do this, at least. Yeah. I think I also spoke too soon in that this is working out better than the last time you did it. Rexy's arrived. Great. Car won't start in a horror movie cliche. Gotta hit that one. You did the tripping cliche several times over. Also, I like the fact that Bumpy looks fully grown, but then you get to this scene and see her next to the others and it's like, oh, she's not actually fully grown yet. Even if she has the same model as them, she's still shrunken. Hey look, Bumpy did not go to the school, Prometheus school of running away from things. Why are these things so fragile? Weren't they supposed to be able to sustain smacks by dinosaurs? Yeah. Let him die. You'd think the professional hunter poacher people would carry knives. You know, you certainly had a lot of them in that yurt, but come on, Mitch. You wanted to meet a T-Rex, didn't you? This is insane to me. How does she get back here before them? They're in a big rolling ball, and she somehow runs back here before them. Right? She does that, where she tears the mooring off. That's not how this works. Most boats are so lightweight that they will break before the mooring does. Idiot. Always good to see a good vengeance. What's the word I'm thinking of? This is such a good reunion too, because he started off the season having nightmares about Ben. Family's properly back together. But at least the show provides a good excuse to take all this away. Yes, they restarted all the power, they opened all these things up, but instead of making it too easy to the kids, they immediately show us compies chomping at the lines to disable all that. And at the same time, somebody's waking up. Well, that was Camp Cretaceous Season 2. I liked it so much. Like I've mentioned, it did a lot to ingratiate some of the characters to me, especially Yaz, by giving them more time to breathe and be themselves and like really kind of cope with this situation. There's more of them for me to like. Well, more than that, this season really begins the helping dinosaurs. The dinosaurs aren't necessarily the bad guys thing. That is not only like sets the tone for the rest of this show, but the tone for Jurassic World as a whole. As weird as Dominion was, as they kept showing, it's the people screwing on with all this genetic stuff. That's the problem. The dinosaurs, while they might try to kill you, are just animals. They didn't ask to be here, but they're here and they're doing their stuff. But yeah, it was a ton of fun to go back and revisit this show after such a long time. I haven't seen it since I originally reacted to it. And see the season and all the story I'd forgotten, and especially all the smaller details that I hadn't picked up on the first time I watched it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Over here is Season 3, whenever that comes out. Over here is applause to my videos, and on my face is the subscribe button. Like, comment, subscribe, criticize even. I don't mind. See ya!